Many thanks to Felix Direction Squad, Clash from the servers, Sergeant Pepper's servers, Sea of Doors Cloud, Dallas, the Struggle Community, the Karma Crew servers, Dots, Designful, and Friendly a DayZ podcast for making this video possible. DayZ 1.29 has finally introduced unique weapon sounds, allowing us for the first time ever to know exactly which weapon is fired at every single distance. So I'm going to go over all the weapon sound changes in 1.29, the huge buffs and nerfs to weapon loudness, and why shooting from interiors is now a pro strat. This patch introduces something that I've wanted for a long time, a wide variety of gun sounds at basically all distances, which means a weapon like the loudness can be heard at 2,000 meters away, and you can identify it up close, 1,000 meters, 1,500 meters, it doesn't matter the distance. Based on the sound of this, you will know it's loudness at any distance. This only applies to rifles, sniper rifles, pistols and assault rifles for now, which is basically all weapons in DayZ. The only ones that are not included in this are special weapons, shotguns and SMGs. I guess these weapons will be done later, and if shotguns and SMGs are done later, it means nearly all weapons in DayZ will have unique sounds at different distances, with the exception of weapons like the engraved versus normal 1911 or the VSS versus the ASVAL, because these weapons are very similar. This means if you trained hard enough and your ears are keen enough, you can identify the exact weapon a player is using at any distance, which was basically impossible past 250 meters in the last patch. Some sound files are the same though, such as the AK-74 and AK-101 this patch being the same, but the AKM and the AKS-74U do have subtle differences in their sounds and can be identified because of that. What's more, this patch is the location you fire a weapon now actually matters. Sounds will be different to players thousands of meters away based on where you fired your weapon, whether it's in a field, a forest, in a city or inside an interior. These sounds are subtle again, but that's a huge improvement over not hearing any sound differences at all like last patch, and it means you can identify not only the weapon of a player, but the location of the shooter too. This comes with the benefit of being able to muffle your gunshots, as firing a weapon inside a building, shed or any interior structure in DayZ will reduce how far away players can hear your gunshots, the maximum distance they can hear it, by 20 to 30% depending on the weapon used. Right now the gunshot sounds inside buildings are bugged during experimentals, so hopefully this is fixed during stable. And good news, shooting from interiors no longer makes your weapon silent between 250 and 1,000 meters, so this bug is fixed. But the bad news is the prone weapon cracks are still silent in DayZ. When you're prone and shooting at somebody, that does make your weapon crack silent. And to maybe help the devs fix this bug, this only happens when you're directly facing the target. If you twist or tilt when you're prone, this bug somehow, I don't know how, disappears. So maybe the sound source might be clipping into a hitbox or some such like that. This update also brings major buffs and nerfs to how far away players can hear your gunshots, with the biggest buff going to the Mark II pistol, this one here, which used to be heard at 125 meters away, now it's 55 meters, so this weapon is as quiet as a crossbow to players now. The Vakir got buffed too, but I'm not sure if this is intentional, as it can be heard at a maximum distance of 1,000 meters now instead of 2,800 meters last patch. Most weapons had their loudness reduced by not this much, but to do this by category, pistols are now heard at 1,000 meters, SMGs and sawed-off weapons at 1,500 meters, shotguns are 2,000, snipers and rifles are 2,400 meters away maximum, and assault rifles are 2,500, so they're louder than sniper rifles, with the LAR still sitting at 3,000 meters, making it the loudest weapon in DayZ now, but these ranks could change. The metal and bottle suppressor distances did not change with these numbers, but the VSS and the ASVAL are now heard at 90 meters max instead of 125 last patch. And finally, the biggest nerf goes to the Longhorn. It used to be heard only at 700 meters maximum somehow, now it's 1,500 meters instead. All pistols and all assault rifles had their gun sounds changed this patch too, along with rifle and sniper rifle sounds beyond 100 meters getting a new sound. They used to sound the same in the last patch, now they have additional sounds beyond 100 meters. This makes all of the following weapons unique in sound at all distances now, which is a massive achievement for DayZ. And if you combine your knowledge of weapon fire rates with this, so the RPM of a weapon, it certainly makes identifying weapons a lot easier this patch, as evidenced by how assault rifles sound now. The rest of this video will compare the old sounds at 0 meters and 500 meters versus the new to give you a really good idea of how weapons will sound in this patch up close and far away, and how to identify weapons yourself. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day.